Messi is one goal away from owning the World Cup scoring lead forever. And Ronaldo, the man who spent 20 years telling us he was just as good, has 0 goals, 33 shots, and 17 backward passes in his last major tournament appearance. We are watching the GOAT debate settle itself in real time on the biggest stage in football. Let's talk about what just happened. In the last 48 hours, 3 things occurred at this World Cup that, when you put them together, paint the most brutal picture in football history. First, June 16, Lionel Messi, 38 years old, playing in his 6th and final World Cup, walks out against Algeria and scores a hat trick. His 3rd goal ties Miroslav Klose's all-time World Cup scoring record at 16 goals. 16! The number that has stood since 2014, and Messi ties it on his very first game of the tournament, the same night he makes his 200th international appearance, the same night he becomes the first South American man to ever reach that milestone. A perfect night, a historic night. The day after that hat trick, Ronaldo plays against DR Congo, a team returning to the World Cup for the first time in 52 years, a team with 0 World Cup wins in their history. And Ronaldo, the man with 143 international goals, the all-time leading scorer in men's international football, cannot score, cannot get a shot on target, records 25 touches in 90 minutes, plays 17 of his 22 passes backward, and his coach, Roberto Martinez, refuses to take him off for 90 minutes in a game Portugal nearly lost. Then today, June 21, an 18-year-old kid called Lamine Yamal, who was born the same year Messi played his first World Cup, starts his first game of the 2026 tournament for Spain, coming back from a hamstring injury. And in the 10th minute, he slides in at the back post and scores his first World Cup goal. He becomes only the 2nd player 18 or younger to open the scoring in a World Cup game. The first was Pelé in 1958. And Spain, who were being written off a week ago after a 0-0 draw with Cape Verde, suddenly demolished Saudi Arabia 4-0 and looked like the most dangerous team at this tournament. Here is the thing that nobody is saying clearly enough. These are not separate stories. This is one story, one timeline, and it is the story of how legacies end. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Messi has 16 World Cup goals. Tomorrow, in less than 24 hours, he plays Austria. If he scores, he owns the record. Alone. Nobody else. Not Klose, not Ronaldo, not anyone. The greatest scorer in men's World Cup history. Permanently, undeniably, in the history books. Ronaldo has 8 World Cup goals. All 8 of them came in the group stage. He has never scored in a World Cup knockout game. Not once. In 6 tournaments. And his last World Cup goal was a penalty against Ghana in Qatar 2022. Since that penalty, he has played 10 consecutive major tournament games, World Cups, Euros, all of it, and scored 0 goals. 0! From 33 shots, 11 on target. The maths on that conversion rate for the man who built his identity on ruthless finishing is almost impossible to process. Now I want you to really sit with something. Henri Henry, on live television, watched Ronaldo in that DR Congo game and said, "The team needs to score, not you need to score." He pointed to a specific moment where Ronaldo cut inside the path of Bruno Fernandes, blocked a better chance, and missed anyway. João Neves, who scored Portugal's only goal that game, publicly said Ronaldo is no different from any other player in the squad. And then, Ronaldo's own fans flooded the Instagram accounts of Fernandes, Neves, Vitinha, and Pedro Neto with abuse, demanding they pass to Ronaldo, accusing them of sabotage. A prominent Portuguese journalist has now used the words civil war to describe the atmosphere around the squad. This is what Ronaldo's final World Cup looks like right now. Chaos, silence on the pitch, noise off it. And while all of this is happening, while Portugal's dressing room fractures and Ronaldo's touch count hits historic lows, Messi is out here tying 60-year-old records and raising his arms to the sky. I'm not saying the GOAT debate is over. I'm saying football is saying it for me. Now let's talk about Yamal, because this matters more than people realize. Yamal is 18. He was born in 2007, Messi's first World Cup was 2006. Wrap your head around that. And today, Yamal scored his first World Cup goal and became the second teenager in history to open the scoring in a World Cup game. Pelé, the man Messi just surpassed in career World Cup contributions, there is a passing of the torch happening at this tournament so obvious it's almost theatrical. Messi hands the baton forward, Yamal catches it before it hits the ground. And somewhere in that picture, Ronaldo is absent. I want to be fair here. Ronaldo still has time. Portugal play Uzbekistan on June 23rd, tomorrow night after Argentina play Austria. He can still score. He can still silence every single person who has written him off. That is the Ronaldo thing to do. That is literally his entire career arc. Be doubted, respond, win. He has done it 100 times. But here is the problem. Uzbekistan are not going to make it easy just because people need a story. Portugal's squad atmosphere, if those reports from inside the camp are accurate, is fragile. Martinez has backed Ronaldo in public so hard that if he substitutes him early against Uzbekistan, it will read as panic. And if he keeps him on again for 90 minutes and Portugal get another 1-1 draw, the narrative around this team does not recover. Ronaldo is playing into a trap of his own making. He cannot be substituted because that is an admission. He cannot be dropped because that ends everything. So he plays and he either scores or the questions get louder. There is no comfortable version of this situation anymore. Here is my call, and I want to be precise about this. Messi scores against Austria tomorrow. He breaks the record. It might be a free kick, it might be a penalty, it might be another piece of genius that has no right to exist at his age, but he scores because he is playing in a team that is built around his movement, his vision, his freedom, and Austria are not equipped to stop what Argentina have been doing. Ronaldo does not score against Uzbekistan. Not because Uzbekistan are difficult, they are not, but because his movement has slowed to the point where he cannot create the split-second separation he needs inside the box, and Portugal's midfield, now playing under the pressure of a fan base that has turning on them, will not be functioning at the level needed to serve him anyway. By Thursday morning, this will be the scoreline that matters. Messi 17, Ronaldo 8. The record, alone. The one that cannot be argued. Now, I could be wrong about one thing. Ronaldo has spent his entire career doing things that should not be possible. If he comes out Tuesday night and scores twice, I will be the first person to say the script I thought was written that got torn up. That would be extraordinary. But right now, based on his form, his touch map, his body language in that DR Congo game, and the atmosphere around his squad, I don't see it. What I see is a 41-year-old running out of World Cup. Here is what I want to know from you. Can Ronaldo actually do it one more time? Does he score against Uzbekistan, or is Messi about to own this tournament completely? Drop your prediction in the comments, because by Wednesday, we'll know. Watch Argentina versus Austria tomorrow, because history is about to be made, and you don't want to miss it.